As the poster child of Vietnamese cuisine, pho hints at the history of the region in every single bowl. Vermicelli noodles speaks of ancient Han Chinese migration into the region. Chili pays homage to the New World trade routes, and the refinement of the stock itself hints at a more recent French connection. A deep bone broth is complemented with a range of low-key background aromatics: star anise, cinnamon, cardamom, fennel seeds, and ginger. Individually unnoticed on the palate, but collectively add depth and vibrance to the subtle joy of the bone broth. It's a complex and highly refined balance. The Vietnamese have been enjoying fine dining, on plastic chairs, on street corners for generations, $1 or $2 a bowl. Today's episode celebrates the dish. We compare 3 restaurants that elevate a typical bowl to the next level. It's the Special Pho Challenge, pho that thinks outside the bowl. 3 restaurants, 2 in Northbridge, 1 in Girrawheen. Let's get to it. First up is Tan Dat on William Street. And if I made this challenge the closest pho to a mosque, then this place wins, hands down. On the menu, they have more types of pho than you can poke a chopstick at. There's wagyu beef pho, oxtail pho, a massive and expensive combination pho, and then there's their house special, beef rib pho. I love how this place plays back-to-back YouTube Viet food vlogs, and just secretly, I'm hoping to get Tucker Eats into their rotation. So let's get to eating, shall we?
Thank you so much.
So it looks like a typical bowl. Nice clear broth with onion, spring onion, and coriander. Oh, except for that massive lump of cow in there.
Wow.
Wow indeed. What you adding there, Tucker?
So mint, bean shoots, lemon, a little bit of chili, but a massive short rib. Alright, let's try the broth. Not bad. Also some sriracha on the side. Some hoisin. And a little bit of lemon juice. I have some left. Alright, now how to eat this massive short rib. Alright, it does just pull away. Looks like it's been slow cooked. Delicious. The broth is good. Slightly on the milder side of flavors. It might be just that they use very little MSG, who knows? There's a lot of meat on this short rib, it's massive. And that's how you eat a bowl of short rib pho from Tan Dat. $14.50, excellent value, so much meat. It's crazy actually. The broth's pretty good. All in all, a great meal, excellent, and yeah, really cheap. And you get a free memento to remember the special occasion.
Wait a minute, isn't that the same one I have on display next to my no-face family? Hasn't this been there since the pilot? Does that mean Tucker Eats is non-linear? I'm confused. Let's eat more pho. Right, here we are in Girrawheen at Pho Phong with a Special Pho Challenge, up against Dat Thanh and another place I haven't decided yet. So we're going to get what's called the Pho Phong, the house specialty.
All right, so here it is, a giant bowl of pho with the lot. We have beef ball, have some chicken, raw beef that is becoming cooked, of course onion, spring onion, some vermicelli noodles, some tripe, some slippery gelatin, and accompanying it is more mint than I know what to do with. Here we see we've got some Thai basil, some chili, touch of lemon, and then on the side I am going to hit some of this homemade chili sauce. Let's try this broth. Really good. Even though it's clear, it's so super rich. It's just that rich hit comes straight to you. Beef ball, I want to try with a bit of this chili. Well, it's spicy, but it's also got a sour and a sweet note. What else? We've got some chicken in here. I'll try that with the more burnt chili oil type chili. It's got more of the Chinese chili oil kind of flavor, but it's very spicy. It's quite a bowl that we've got here. There's just so much. It's huge. And for the traditionalists, have some tripe. Nice, chewy, probably low flavor. Let's try. So I'm making my way through this dish. I think what I really love is that you do get basil at the table here. A lot of places you'll just get the mint, but the basil has a bit of an anise hit, which is really delicious. It does complement the broth, and the broth does have some star anise in it. That's you can barely tell, but it's a really deep flavour, and they really complement well together. Now it's a real feast. There's probably enough here for 2 people, but you know, I'll get through it. So, I know this is a video about Special Pho, but a little side note is the Vietnamese coffee. It's a Robusta bean, and you can get it iced or just warm. Normally they add condensed milk, or you can get it black. And my choice is black with ice. Really strong. The Robusta bean has a more punchy flavour, I think, than the Arabica bean. And that's what I really like about it. It's got chocolate notes as well, and just delicious. But if you do get it from the Vietnamese restaurants, they normally pack it with sugar. So if you don't like your coffee with sugar, definitely ask them to cut down on it.
When this place first opened, I spoke to the owner, who said to me, "I don't care if I lose money on every bowl I serve. I just want to have the best pho in Perth." And for that, he deserves the Tucker Eats good attitude stamp. 2 bowls down and room for 1 more. Back to Northbridge, back to William Street for Sup So Good.
Oh, lovely. Okay, thank you. All right, lots of food in the Dulcet style stone bowl. Got some tripe, some oxtail that's hard to pick up. Here's some more gelatinous oxtail. I guess we just add it all together. Alright, some chili. Let's go this fried dried chili. Plenty of garlic. Can't wait to taste.
The soup base here is less clean and more pungent than its competition. It smells like offal on the nose, but the taste is good. The pungent smell doesn't come through to the palate.
Nice hearty broth.
But what is evident is a depth to this stock.
All right, the Chinese donut. Nice and crispy on the outside, a bit soft on the inside. I'm used to eating these in Taiwan with soy milk for breakfast, but it works here too. It just takes on all that flavor of the broth. See, the oxtail is just falling away. Delicious. Now I assume the tao was cooked in the broth for who knows how long, 10 plus hours. Really, the oxtail is a delicious part of the cow. I think underappreciated in the West. Should probably eat some of this wagyu. There we go, look at that, nice marbled. So I just pop this in. Plenty of thin slices of wagyu here. I'll give that the opportunity to slow cook. Now some tripe here. So add some chili to that. Maybe some raw garlic too. The tripe has very little flavor. It's more about the texture for me. All right, so the meat's just about cooked now. Add some raw garlic and some of this fried dried chili. Now the broth is more hearty, I think maybe a little bit less delicate here, which certainly works for me. I do like full flavors. So it's deconstructed, comes in a stone bowl that's piping hot. Oxtail, wagyu beef, Chinese donut. It's definitely a contender for our Special Pho challenge.
So I came here preloaded with prejudice. I was expecting average, but average was not dished up to me. There's an authenticity here that I wasn't expecting. The numerous sides elevated, the soup was robust and a slightly different take on pho that I was accustomed to, and the Chinese donut was a nice surprise. As for the wagyu, I feel like it's an imperfect fit here. I do love the pearled fat that makes the meat famous, but pearled meat should be fried. The hot broth doesn't melt the fat enough. I'd stick to the traditional cheap cut of flank steak, which is more lean and ideal for a raw beef pho. Save the wagyu for the yakiniku or the teppan. I mean, I chose to order wagyu, so it's my fault. Get the cheaper one. So we're left with 3 Viet restaurants and 3 quality bowls, all subtly distinct, and I highly recommend them all. Pho Phong delivers an almost perfect and huge bowl. Their stock is rich and flavorful. The stock at Tan Dat is more mild, and they don't serve Thai basil. But the pho is still good, and that beef rib is massive and first class. I feel it will be a real crowd pleaser. Finally, Sup So Good. The stinky broth was a surprise, and this might put some off. Not me. The pungency and numerous sides takes the broth to a different place. Not clean like the other two, but extra depths of flavour here. The wagyu is a miss though. So who wins from 3 winning dishes? Well, that's like choosing which Spice Girl you love the most. Almost impossible. So I'm just going to hedge my bets and stamp them all with the Tucker Eats seal of approval. Episode 3, in the bag. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Tucker Eats. What's on the menu next?